Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Sincere Tarot, where you get the raw, honest truth. This is your February 2020 reading, and your theme is the King of Pentacles, abundance, wealth, success, prosperity. You are on top of it, on your A game when it comes to making money and finances and business, all right? This is also can represent someone who's really good at maths and accounting and just having everything in order. And wanting having one of their main, so your main theme for this month is going to be having financial success and prosperity and having security in finances and wealth and abundance. That is absolutely amazing. So if you've got like a business or you're working, it's extremely good this month. All right, so I'm just gonna pull a few more cards and let's see how the rest of your month is going. So if you haven't liked, please do so. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Comment below. I love reading your comments so much, and I've got monthly and mid-monthly videos. All right, so I'm just laying out the cards. I've shuffled them off camera, but I'm just cutting them in front of you. And I've got 3 different decks that I'm using. And you can learn more about my decks in the information below. So my Tarot of the Cat deck represents what's happening on the surface. My Tarot of the Thoth deck represents what's happening beneath the surface. And my Mystic Mondays deck represents your advice card to get the best possible situation for each week, okay? And interesting, oh my God. Okay, and then make sure you stick around until the end where you pick your own destiny cards, all right? So, wow, oh my gosh. Okay, so during the first week, we have got on the surface the Ace of Swords, okay? Possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence, but there's like a new start, a new perspective. You might also be a little bit on the defense, right? You might be a little bit on guard, but I mean, it's always for a good reason. But strength, power, courage, all of those great things. Beneath the surface, this is so interesting with your new perspective. It might seem tough on the surface, but beneath the surface, we've got the Princess of Cups, possible Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer influence. So you do beneath the surface have that gentleness, that sweetness, that, very romantic and just going with the flow and intuitive and in touch with your emotions. So that's very, very interesting. Your advice card is actually the Fool. So is there a risk? Is there something you're wanting to go for? The Fool is telling you as an advice card, go for it, go for it, go for it. Take that leap of faith. Take that risk, okay? It might seem crazy to some people. There might be some people saying, oh my gosh, don't do it. What the hell are you thinking? The Fool is telling you to go for it, okay? So you've got this new start energy. You're going with the flow. That's perfect energy to be taking a big risk, okay? Because it seems like you're super in tune with things. But this is interesting. Oh my gosh. During the second week, let's see. I'll just show you all 3 at once. We have got, oh my God. Okay, on the surface, we've got the 2 of Swords. Again, possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence, all right? So there might be a bit of a stalemate. There might be a bit of indecision. There might be a bit of like, I don't know what to do. Do I need to go this way and this way? Like a decision needs to be made, but you're not really, or this other person, but I feel like for most of you, it's you, but it could be someone else in your life. Where their lack of making a decision is really affecting you during the second week of February. But yeah, definitely not making a decision. And this is interesting. Underneath the surface, we've got the 10 of Swords, Ruin. So it seems like a decision needs to be made, right? And maybe this stalemate, this lack of making a decision is causing extreme stress. Maybe someone, by not making a decision, has, in a sense, betrayed you or something like that. Or maybe it could be something, because we've got the 2. I mean, this could be a situation with someone else. Maybe someone's just kind of like, I don't know exactly. It could be like a few things, right? So it's either you or someone else, not making a decision, refusing to make a decision, but that's because they just can't friggin' figure it out. They're procrastinating on it, and then that could actually in itself cause a bit of a disaster, or at least extreme stress in a situation. And that might be this person betraying you by not making a decision, by not going forward in a certain area, maybe a certain area that you picked in the first week with the Ace of Swords, okay? Yeah, that could be causing extreme stress. But your advice is actually the 7 of Pentacles, okay? This is you, but it could possibly be another Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn influence. Whatever is happening here, right? You just need to focus on your work, on your career, on increasing your prosperity, planting those seeds for the future, so you can have a very prosperous, successful career and way of making money, investments, work, real estate. This could even just be, learning more about your trade. But you will see prosperity in the future. So you really just need to focus on that, planting the right seeds for financial growth in the future. You might even already be seeing some positive benefits. Interesting. All right, so for the third week, we have got unedited. Okay, let me put this in order. All right, so for the third week, on the surface, we have got the world. There is some sort of project that you have completed, or you're leveling up. You've completed one chapter, one phase, unity, completion, and there's joy and there's celebration in that. Also, this can sometimes mean travel. And that is giving you a lot of, but you're finishing this chapter, so you can level up and go to the next chapter. Underneath the surface, we've got the Knight of Wands, strength, power, courage. You have so much spiritual, positive energy that's giving you strength, that's giving you this creativity, this fire in your belly, and that's what's allowed you to complete this project. Your advice is, look, we're going from the Nine of Wands to the 10 of Wands, right? Your advice is two things, okay? Keep working hard. You still have your responsibilities, your duties, and your obligations, right? Yes, you've completed this phase, but you need to move onwards and upwards to the next phase, right? But the 10 of Wands is also telling you that you don't have to bear this load on your own. Like, open your mind a little bit. Stop being so stubborn, which I know you can be sometimes, being like, oh, I have to do this all by myself, right? Ask for help. Ask your friends. Ask your family. Ask your colleagues. Ask your neighbors. Ask the people you live with. Whoever. Ask for help. You do not need to do this, nor should you do all of this work on your own, okay? You don't, why are you putting yourself through this, right? You ask for help, okay? And if you've got a business or whatever, you might want to hire someone else, obviously someone who's reliable, right? Use your head, be intelligent when it comes to whatever this trade is or business or skill set, okay? But yeah, lighten the load on yourself. During the fourth week, we have got, so interesting, this combination. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the High Priest. This is you, right? You're totally in your element, right? And this is also someone who is extremely forgiving. So that's your energy for the fourth week. Really forgiving, and has a lot of knowledge that they have learned. You also might want to be tapping into your, spiritual energy. For example, maybe some traditions, maybe through rituals from a religion that you practice or used to practice, or one that just gives you comfort, right? It's sometimes good to have a little bit of structure in our practices, which religion has a lot more structure. So even if it's just listening to a particular hymn that you really like, or just a particular text, or maybe just going to, a service or something, or maybe just, you know what I mean? And just something that is connected to something that maybe you learned when you were a child, or part of your family history, okay? So even if you don't practice a religion or anything, you might just want to kind of, just look up a text or a phrase or a quote or something from the religion that your family historically used to practice, right? But underneath the surface, we've got the Queen of Swords. This is also swords, possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence, but this is a no-nonsense, clear-headed, fair, right? But also don't fuck with me kind of attitude. So that's the attitude that you've got during the fourth week as well. So it's on the surface, you've got this powerful, tradition and ritual and things like that energy, but under the surface, very clear-headed, right? And you've got a goal and you're determined to get your goal, and, you will be supportive of other people. But at the end of the day, if people aren't being supportive of you, it's you will cut them down to size, or if they're talking bullshit, you'll be able to be and just knock them down to size, right? But your advice is the devil. So the devil also possibly Capricorn influence, right? But when it comes as an advice card, it's saying don't get too stuck, right? Don't get too stuck in one particular way of thinking. There's always a different way of thinking. Don't ever think that you're trapped. Don't ever think that, oh my gosh, it's going to be like this forever. No, you can always walk away. There's always a door, okay? Also can be a warning to just avoid negative patterns of thought, toxic people, toxic energy. You need to walk away from that shit. And also avoid drugs and alcohol and any type of addictive behavior, okay? Just something that brings you in that lower level thinking negative state. You need to remove yourself from that situation, okay? And don't ever think that you can't, you can, 100%, all right? Time for destiny cards. So pick a number, 1, 2, or 3, whatever one of those numbers that resonates with you the most, the number that makes you think the most relaxed. For me, it's the one that gives me the tinglies. Okay. And if you want, you can just click on the timestamps in the pinned comment below to go straight to destiny cards 1, 2, or 3. All right, so I do pull 3 cards, one from each of my decks to represent what's going on the surface and beneath the surface, and advice card, okay? So what is it that, like, comment below, I'm so curious about, like, what is this stalemate that we have during the 2nd week, right? What project are you completing during the 3rd week? What risk might you take during the 1st week? What is it you're trying to avoid during the 4th week? Do tell. I love hearing and reading your comments. And last but not least, advice cards based on whether you pick destiny cards 1, 2, or 3. But yeah, how is work and business going? Like, tell me about this King of Pentacles energy. Are you starting a business? Sorry, I don't know why I talk like that. And, all right, 1, 2, or 3. All right, if you picked 1 for your destiny cards, let's see what we've got. Whoa, okay, this actually lines up a little bit maybe with the 3rd week, and even the 1st and the 2nd week. Okay, so I'll show you. What we've got on the surface is we have got the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer influence, all right? So this is it could be an offer of love. It could be the offer of an opportunity that is emotionally fulfilling. Someone could be offering it to you. You could be offering it to someone else. This could be anything from, like, asking someone out or someone asking you to do something that you think is really has a lot of emotional depth and will make you feel good, okay? And look, I think that whatever this is, it's happening probably during the 1st week because we've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Swords, or maybe around that time. But the Ace of Swords is like a fresh new perspective, courage, strength, power, and that is an amazing energy to be backing this Queen of Cups energy. So whatever this opportunity, this fresh new perspective, this fresh new mentality, it could be just like a new way of looking at something, like a fresh new start, right? That is also emotionally fulfilling, right? It seems really, really good. Your advice, however, is the 8 of Swords. Okay, so Swords, possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence. We do have Swords during the 1st and the 2nd week of the month, could be then, right? But the 8 of Swords, yeah, 8 of Swords, is just saying, like, don't get stuck in one way of thinking, okay? So you do have this opportunity for a fresh new start, a fresh new perspective. You seriously need to take it, right? I feel like you might possibly be blocking this from happening or slowing down the process at least because you're like, no, this is the way that it is. Like, I know what you Tauruses can be like, right? So, like, you seriously need to be like, sometimes you just get an idea in your head and you'll be like, no, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. Come on. You know deep down that there's more than one way of looking at a situation. Don't get yourself stuck being like, this is the only way, this is the only way, this is the only outcome, this is the only possibility. No, there are actually multiple possibilities and outcomes, right? It's just you're refusing to actually look at it. So open your eyes, take off the mask, stop being stuck in, like, this one particular perspective because there is a fresh new perspective, there is a fresh new opportunity. Don't stop yourself from taking it. Sorry, sometimes I get a little bit emotional. If you pick 2 for your destiny cards, let's see what we've got. Interesting. Wow, this combination is interesting. Okay, so on the surface, we've got the 7 of Cups, possible Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer influence. This is illusion, this is delusion, this is like looking at things like someone is selling lies. It could be like a snake oil salesman. It could be you being a little bit deluded, like, oh, this is totally the way that things are gonna go. But, like, if you actually looked at things realistically, you'd be like, what? Like if someone else came up and told you this, you'd be like, what? That's ridiculous. That's not going to work. At least not where you are right now, right? This is so interesting. Oh my God. I just like, okay, I have to look at this for a second because this combination is throwing me for a loop a little bit. Okay. I think that maybe something that seems like it is ridiculous and far-fetched actually could possibly bring you success, because this is what's happening on the surface. This is what's beneath the surface. 6 of Pentacles, most likely you, or Taurus, another Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, right? But it could actually possibly bring you success, right? Maybe not exactly when you see it, okay? But your advice is actually like, whatever this is, this thing, this opportunity that is out there, okay? The 3 of Swords is saying like, just don't get stuck in a situation maybe with, don't get stuck in past pain if you were ever betrayed before, or if someone was saying like negative gossip or lies, someone like really hurt you, like don't get stuck in that. But also to be wary if there are too many people involved in the situation, if there's a third person involved in the situation, be wary that maybe things are not necessarily working out the way that you think that they will, because they're not meant to. All right, if you picked 3 for your destiny cards, let's see what we've got. Oh my God. 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 Why do I always laugh at the most awkward times? All right, this might have something to do with, we got the 10 of Wands for advice during the 3rd week, but it's also a 10, could have something to do with during the 2nd week, okay? So we've got the 10 of Wands on the surface, right? Possible Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is someone who's a business person who has had a lot of success before. This, I mean, it could be you, but I feel like for a lot of you, it's someone else possibly like proposing something, advice or an opportunity or something like that. But beneath the surface, it's shit, right? It's like we've got the 5 of Discs worry. That whatever, like, I don't know who this person is, right? But I would not have anything to do with them, because it's going to lead in, if you listen to this person, if you take advice from this person, if you have any sort of dealings with this person, right? And they might be like kind of higher in their game with whatever it is. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be like business-wise for you this month, with partnerships and things like that, right? And they more are at like the top of their game or at a higher level, and you know, they've taken a lot to get there, but they're kind of staying there with the methods that may not necessarily be the right reasons, and you won't necessarily see that on the surface because you just look at their success and their prosperity, okay? But under the surface, like if you deal with this person, it will, or pick this goal, right, that someone is offering you or an opportunity, it will lead to financial loss. I mean, it won't be like the biggest financial loss, but it's not a good one. It could be also the loss of a job, the loss of a home, the loss of a contract, the loss of a raise, the loss of some sort of loss that affects your finances and your stability and your security, okay? Your advice is the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is saying like be extremely aware of this person and their bullshit, because they're feeding you lies. They're feeding you false hope. I would not give them any power over you. I would not give them time. I would not give them your attention. And I definitely would not give them your money. I would not do any contract dealings or signing with them at all, okay? If you'd like a private reading, you're more than welcome to send me an email, contact@sinceretarot.co.uk. You can also find more information to my website in the information below. You can follow me on social media. My links are also in the information. I do monthly and mid-monthly readings, so make sure definitely subscribe to the notification bell so you never miss a video. Like, share, helps me out a lot. Comment below what's going on with you. I'm super curious and I love reading your comments so much. And are you still here? Secret bonus card. All right, okay. I feel like you definitely need a little bit more advice anyways. Well, don't we all this month? So what is one extra super important piece of advice that my beautiful Tauruses need to know for February so they can have the most prosperous, most successful, most fulfilling, and amazing February that is possible. Aww. The Lovers could be just like go to your partner for advice, or if this is like a really deep friendship or just someone that you feel super close and connected to, right? You're totally on the same page. Go to them, talk to them, enjoy your relationship. Yes, there are going to be some ups and downs, but you know, when you have like a partnership, a twin flame, or even if it's just like a super close friend or just someone that you really feel the love with, go to them. All right? Have a great month. Bye.